All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, we are back again on the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Another Chelsea segment of Chelsea news. I thought I would do a short video, but then I thought, no, you know what? This is probably a good subject to have a live stream on. I really want to connect with each and every one of you guys and really talk about this particular situation that's happening at the moment with Antonio Rudiger, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like more and more it's becoming quite obvious, and it's now to a point where it's most likely that he's going to be leaving Chelsea Football Club. I mean, there could still be an opportunity for him to stick around. I mean, if Chelsea does a madness, but the numbers that are getting thrown around, Rudiger could possibly quadruple his wages. Real Madrid is the biggest suitor out there. There are other clubs as well. And it's something that Chelsea Football Club simply won't be able to match up with. I mean, when you're talking about 4 times the salary that you're on, wow. And it's at a point where I don't even think Rudiger can ignore this. I was thinking at one point that is money everything in life? Is money the end all or the be all? Is it everything that can make you happy? And I thought, surely there comes a point where how much is enough? Where is the limit? I thought if Chelsea is able to offer him somewhere around 880,000, between 180,000 to 200,000, maybe Rudiger should stick around. But if Rudiger is getting offers around 400,000 a week, ladies and gentlemen, that's huge. That's a massive difference maker for Rudiger. But we're going to get into all of this. I'm going to see what you guys have to say in the live chat. Your comments are going to be all read out. Obviously, the juicy ones I'm going to pick out and make a discussion about it. So I want you guys to be very, very involved. I'm going to bring out all the different news about Antonio Rudiger, what every different publication is talking about. I'm going to display it, let you guys decide as well, and then obviously come to a conclusion or some sort of a conclusion, because it does seem like Antonio Rudiger is probably going to be leaving at the end of this season. He's going to be able to get into a pre-contractual agreement with other clubs come January. So, I mean, if Chelsea are going to do something, they need to do something about this immediately. And I think it may have got to a point where Chelsea's just realized that maybe there isn't much that they can do about this, because when other teams out there, and we've got Advaita Sharma saying, 400K, hell no, bring me Konde and Fofana. And that's the other thing. Is Rudiger going to be a huge loss? And this is what we are going to talk about. Dissect every bits and pieces about that. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got nearly 30 people live. Please smash the like button straight away. We're going to try and get to 100 likes today. And the only way we are going to get there is if you smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. The biggest factor for the channel's growth is these likes. I cannot stress it enough to you guys. If you guys enjoy my channel, if you guys enjoy the content that I deliver, smash the like button immediately. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. And yeah, as I said, this is the only way we can grow this channel, the only way we're going to grow this community together. And the more fans come in, the more interactions happen, the more opinions happen, and it only is better for the whole channel, and not just the channel, for all of us. We get to learn a lot more. Okay, shout out to each and every one of you guys in the live chat. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Jonathan Jidro, thank you so much for joining in. Miz, it would be sad to see Rudiger go, but I have accepted it. I accepted it already. I don't think Chelsea can match Madrid's offer, and also the lucrative signing bonus the agent gets, which is his own brother. That's the other factor. His agent is his brother. So this isn't just Rudiger making money. This is his brother making money as well. So there's 2 particular families that can clean up here. So that's something to think about. Luke Mudway, thank you so much for being here, my man. I'm happy for him to go at 400K. No, thank you. I mean, I don't even think Chelsea's, would even entertain that. I mean, they could possibly pay that. There's no doubt about that. But I think that would just ridiculously break the wage structure for Chelsea Football Club. And that's not something that I don't think Chelsea would entertain. Ola, thank you so much for joining. He worth it. Wow. Okay, we've got a few fans that think that it's worth it. Bonolo, my man, thank you so much for joining. Big up, Miz. Luke Mudway, 200K is maximum I'd go for Rudiger based on Van Dijk's earning 250K and being probably the best defender in the world. Yep, agreed. Justice, thank you so much for joining, my man. Big up, Miz. Luke Mudway again. I'll be intrigued to see if Rudiger continues the same form at Real Madrid. Yep, that is another factor we need to talk about. What happens when Rudiger moves to another team, plays in a back four? Is he going to be still as competent as he is in a back three? Philip, thank you so much for joining, my man. Sup, Miz. Joel, my man, thank you so much for joining. Do you think we need a DM? I mean, check out my latest video, which is live at the moment, where I do talk about the midfield. I want to speak about Rudiger today a lot, Joel, but if you're keen about DMs or whatnot, please check out my latest video, which is live at the moment, where I talk about Jorginho, Declan Rice needing for a midfielder and so on and so forth. It's all there. But there's some rumors going around that Billy Gilmore is a potential to come back in January if we still continue having all of these midfield issues. Advaita Sharma, 400K. Hell no, bring me Kunde and Fofana. Thank you so much for joining, Advaita. Master Yoda, Tuchel will make a new Rudiger, mate. And this is exactly what we want to talk about. Is he actually going to be a huge loss? Then we've got Shamkalka. I don't know how to read that. That's weird font over there. Let him go in January. Advaita Sharma, Ms. Rudiger is cashing in. He knows this is as his stocks will rise. Exactly. I mean, it's payday. It's payday for Rudiger. Aka, thank you so much for joining. It's sad to hear about Rudy, but if he's getting 400K, good on Chelsea for not giving him the amount of money. Perhaps. Ishan Sharma. Ishan Badra, my man, from office. 3 cheers for Ishan for logging in from office, man. Concentrate on your work, bro. Good to see you, Ishan. Hope to see you in the watch along. The people are loving our combination, so it's going to be great. Pranav, good to see you, my man. We'll miss his leadership and his shithousery, but do feel that he can be replaced. Yep, this is once again a talking point. S. Roy, thank you so much for joining. He's not even good in a 2-man CB system. Exactly. This is where I have my doubts as well. Jonathan Jidra, big up Miz. We've got Fayaz Ferdin, my man. Thank you so much for joining. Let both Rudiger and Christensen go in the summer. Thank you so much for joining. S. Roy. Gugulethu is here in the house. Nearly 50 people live right now. Smash the like button. Let's keep up with the likes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to start showcasing the tweets very soon and creating a whole story about this. Smash the like button. Get the likes up to 40 straight away. As I said, the likes are the biggest driver for this channel's growth. And if you enjoy this channel, if you have loved the content, please smash the like button. If you're here for the first time as well, subscribe. Gugulethu, Rudiger will be a big miss. You can replace quality as in football, but you can't buy quality with character just like that. Yep. There's many different factors in this whole situation. Roby, if Rudiger goes, I would like Milan Skriniar and play Chalobah on the left. Skriniar has played in a back three and has a lot of experience. Yep. Wesley Fofana is a name that's getting thrown around by Goal. So we will talk about replacement. Wesley Fofana, I think Goal was also talking about Matthijs de Ligt. So all of these things will be talked about. Sharma, seriously, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the cricketer, Ishan Sharma. But yeah, man. Ishan Padra, my man, Ishan Padra. Thank you so much for the super chat. Alexandra Kureka, much appreciated, my man. Big up, Miz, for the great content as always. I was doubtful on Jorginho, but you've convinced me of his worth. I love you, my man. These are the kind of messages and super chats that I appreciate so much when fans come out and they had a particular vision about a particular situation, but because of my content, because of my information that I've provided, I've been able to give a different perspective for Alexander, and I'm hoping I can do that for many others as well. So kudos. Thank you so much, Alexander. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this straight away. Tom Kershaw, let's have a look what Tom does. Sports writer, independent. Exclusive, Antonio Rudiger is moving closer to leaving Chelsea as a free agent next summer. So this will be his last season. His brother, who is also his agent, has an informal agreement in place with Real Madrid. A meeting with Bayern Munich was also held last week. So there's movement happening. There's no doubt this player is already putting the pieces together. He's not just sitting around. And he understands that Chelsea's probably not going to come with those huge money bags. And there's some conversations going around. Antonio Rudiger would be paid less than Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Kepa, Alonso, Werner, Silva. Silva, wow. Silva gets paid more than Antonio Rudiger, and Silva's come with a pay cut, I believe. Havertz and Lukaku, and he's not happy about this. Look, I can understand Lukaku because at the end of the day, strikers are always going to earn a lot more, right? Especially a big-time striker like Lukaku. But Werner, Havertz, Kepa, who's a secondary keeper, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who's barely done anything for Chelsea as yet. Alonso, okay, fine, he's won stuff with us. So has Rudiger, but Alonso, he's a secondary choice as well in left wing back. Chilwell is the number one choice. So I can understand why Rudiger is upset. He doesn't want to be earning less than these guys. It's as simple as that. Real Madrid zone. Real Madrid are the most determined to sign Rudiger. It's now priority objective for the club. Real Madrid's plan is to make a legal contract offer in January. We know Real Madrid's looking for defenders. Obviously, they lost Rafael Varane and Sergio Ramos. So there's potential there, for a move. They're going to be rebuilding that defense. They're even interested with Jules Koundé, I believe, even Pau Torres. And Rudiger is obviously one of their top targets as well. And, I can't see how Rudiger would say no to Real Madrid. Most players out there, they do dream about playing for Real Madrid or Barcelona. And Rudiger would definitely entertain that. If Real Madrid is going to quadruple his wages as well, which is incredible to drop. Antonio Rudiger is on course to become one of the best paid defenders on the planet, with Europe's elite willing to offer up to quadruple, currently on around 100K a week, which is, this, ladies and gentlemen, is, I guess that's quite criminal at this stage, because Rudiger has been one of the best defenders for Chelsea Football Club in the last 12 months. Under Thomas Tuchel, as soon as Thomas Tuchel came in, Rudiger became a superstar, and now I would have to say Rudiger is definitely world-class, and he would have to be top 3 defenders in world football. I would have to say he's top 3 defenders in world football. But we will obviously get into the point of, is it a case of him being great under Thomas Tuchel? Is he also going to be great if he leaves Thomas Tuchel? Is he going to be great in a back 4 system? I'm not quite sure. So that's something Rudiger needs to think about. Obviously, him being a positive player, being a player, a footballer, he's going to be absolutely, confident that he's going to be able to do well anywhere he goes now. But let's not forget, before Thomas Tuchel, he was moments away from being out from Chelsea Football Club. He was ridiculously poor under Frank Lampard. A lot of players were poor under Frank Lampard. I don't think Frank Lampard had a defensive ideology. I don't think he understood exactly how to lock up the defense, have a structure, have a defensive philosophy as well. So, under Sarri, Rudiger wasn't bad, but at the same time, he was still erratic. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. When we get to that particular point of this discussion, it'll be interesting to talk about this as well. Simon Phillips. Although Antonio Rudiger is tempted by a move to Real Madrid, no decision about his future has been made as yet, and reports of a Real Madrid agreement are wide of the mark. This is Sports Bill via Sports Witness. These guys are probably wanting him to go to Bayern Munich. Sports Bill, I think, is a German-based publication. This one over here. I just want to quickly go back to this. Sportsman saying he will be near on what De Ligt is on when all financial factors are included, which is close to 400,000 a week. Incredible. Chelsea could yet to make Rudiger an improved offer, but it seems unlikely the club match what is being offered abroad. Offered Rudiger a new deal worth in the region of 140,000 per week, but no agreement over an extension has been reached. I mean, come on, Chelsea. Chelsea offered Rudiger a new deal worth in the region of 140,000. I mean, that's not much of an offer. In fact, that's probably not even an offer. Come on, come on. Chelsea offering 140,000 a week. That's a slap in the face, if I have to be honest. If you offer somewhere around 180,000, maybe closer to 200,000, at least that's something for Rudiger to think about. But at the end of the day, when you're quadrupling your wages to roughly around 400,000 a week, I don't even think 200,000 makes any difference either. Yeah, it is 140,000. Shake my head. Yeah, ridiculous for Chelsea to even think the 140,000 was even going to be anything. 100K is an insult for Rudiger, and this is what he's on. This is what he's on, definitely. And there's no doubt that he's upset on what he's on. He's one of the world's best defenders at the moment. Okay. Nizar Kinsella, off the back of what Kerry Howe was saying, I think it was just translating this. Jerome Boateng names Antonio Rudiger as Germany's best defender and says that he is world class. For me, he's currently the best German defender and definitely among the top 5 in his position in Europe. And then they talk about, then we get into the whole Wesley Fofana, which we'll get back to. But let's have a conversation about this scenario now, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, here's my opinion on the matter. I'm going to be upset, of course, if Rudiger goes. I'm 100% going to be upset. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I really don't think it's the end of the world. Initially, when I heard this news that Rudiger is probably going to leave, 2-3 months ago, when the rumors started, look, the contractual stuff is not progressing. He's looking for a lot more money. Chelsea's not looking to offer that kind of money. I thought we could come into a negotiation. I think I was wondering maybe Rudiger's looking for somewhere around 200,000 and Chelsea's probably providing somewhere around 150, 160, and maybe we can come to a middle ground. I had no idea that Rudiger was getting offers in about 400,000. Do you know what I mean? But now I'm at a point, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think this is the end of the world. I honestly think one of the biggest factors in our defense is Thiago Silva. The most detrimental situation will be if Thiago Silva was to leave. As long as Thiago Silva is in this football club, I'm seriously not worried. I hope Thiago Silva can stick around for at least a couple of more seasons. He's definitely, hopefully, he'll be there next season. I think his contract extension talks are also on the go. And the word is that he's keen. He wants to stay because obviously World Cup is next year in Qatar, and he wants to be in the shape to be able to play for that, play in that World Cup. And for him, the base case scenario is to stick around at Chelsea. So he's definitely going to stick around for another season. And if we can squeeze one more season after that, so season 22-23 and then 23-24, 2 more seasons after this one, that for me is far more crucial than keeping Rudiger at the moment with 400,000, which is not going to happen anyway. Chelsea's not going to offer that kind of money. So for me, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it's the end of the world if Rudiger was to leave. For me, it's far more important to keep Thiago Silva. If Thiago Silva stays and we can get players like Koundé, who is still a number 1 target for Chelsea Football Club, and if we can get maybe, I don't know, Wesley Fofana, or maybe even an academy player like Levi Colwill to come in and be a backup. Silva, Koundé, Christensen, Chalobah, don't forget Chalobah, ladies and gentlemen. Chalobah will become a superstar. I think he's going to even become, if I'm right, I can just see his demeanor. He could become that shithousey kind of player like Rudiger. He has that in him. He has that aggressiveness in him, that animal instinct in him. He's an aggressive defender, Chalobah. So don't forget, Chalobah in a couple of seasons' time could become a big-time defender. For me, Rudiger, I want him to stay. But if he's going for the money, he can go. And that's okay. I understand. Rudiger's age, I think at the moment, is 28. So he's going to be 29, nearing 30. This particular new contract is his last opportunity to earn big time money. So for him, from his perspective, I completely understand. I get it. Especially when it's ridiculous money like this. I thought he's not going to get offers like this from anyone else. I thought maybe the maximum he could get from maybe Bayern Munich or Real Madrid or Juventus, whoever, is roughly around 250,000. I had no idea that there's clubs out there that's willing to give him 400,000 a week. I thought Real Madrid was in the mud. But looks like because it's a free transfer, they can offer the extra bit of money in wages. Because they don't have to pay another club money and they can literally sign this player for free, they can afford to give more wages because there's no transfer fee involved. So that's probably why this is being able to happen. Now, for me, Rudiger, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want to hear from you guys. Is it the end of the world if Rudiger was to leave? For me, it's not. And the fact being is we can bring in other people and Thiago Silva can lead them. Azpilicueta hopefully can lead them as well alongside. And I don't know what the situation with Aspi is. Maybe he might go as well. But also, Rudy, if we were to change our formation next season, if we were to go from a 3 to a 2 CB, 4 at the back, I mean, let's face it, Thomas Tuchel, I don't know about you guys. I can't picture him just playing with the 3 at the back forever, for however long he's there at Chelsea. I can't picture him playing 3 at the back always. Surely there may come at a point where he may want to, evolve his philosophy. I mean, look, he may very well continue on with 3 at the back, but I personally think he's doing that right now because of the personnel that we have. Because right now we don't have the personnel for 4 at the back. We don't have defenders that are good 4 in the back. Thiago Silva is. We don't know about Chalobah. Chalobah actually played in the 3 at the back, I think, for Lorient as an LCB. Christensen, I have massive doubts how good he is in a back 4. I've seen it under Frank Lampard, and I know it's Frank Lampard, and we shouldn't judge during that time because everyone was poor. I don't know how well Christensen is in a back 4. Rudiger as well has said it many times that he's actually better as an LCB in a back 3. Rudiger himself has said this. He's better in a back 3. So I'm concerned if we keep Rudy and Christensen and then we switch to a back 4 next season or even the season after, depending on how long the contract is for Rudiger. Let's say we give Rudiger a 3-year contract or even a 5-year contract. Let's say 3-year contract. What if we change to a back 4 next season and Rudiger is no longer the world-class Rudiger anymore? Rudiger right now is world-class because it's back 3 and it's Thomas Tuchel. What if Thomas Tuchel doesn't stick around for the next 3 seasons? Just saying, putting it out there. So there's a lot of implications in this situation for not giving Rudiger the kind of money and the kind of contract extension. Rudiger going to Real Madrid, I'm concerned for Rudiger. I wonder if he's going to be a great back 4 defender. As far as I'm concerned, Rudiger can be very erratic. Rudiger in the LCB doesn't really need to cover too much ground on the right side. He needs to just look after the left. But when it's back, 2 CBs, back 4 with the fullbacks, Rudiger then has to cover a lot of ground and his awareness has to multiply, has to compound even more. And we've seen it. We've seen it, ladies and gentlemen. Rudiger in a back 4, even under Sarri's season, there were times where he was rash. There were times where he was erratic. There were times he had no idea about his awareness of positioning where he was. So there's a question mark. It's not a straightforward situation. I can understand why Chelsea hasn't given him the money. I can understand. And for me, it's okay. It's okay. I don't think this is going to be So detrimental. For me, as I said, keeping Thiago Silva is paramount. Thiago Silva rises the level of everyone around him. Look at the way Chalobah plays next to Thiago Silva. Look at what Levi Colwell had to say in his recent interview. Check that out from Adam Newson. Levi Colwell got interviewed by Adam Newson, and he says a lot of praise about Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva could be instrumental for these young defenders and could be the factor to rise them. Thiago Silva's presence is also a key factor for Rudiger. Thomas Tuchel, as I said, is also a key factor for Rudiger. When Rudiger leaves all this and goes to Real Madrid, is he going to be the same Rudiger? I don't know. I'm going to check out some of your comments now before we look into the Wesley Fofana links and the Ligt links. But let me know if you really think Rudiger is going to be a huge miss, or do we move? Do we move on? Are you more concerned if Thiago Silva was to leave? Because for me, that's the more important defender that we need to keep. Guys, we've got over 70 people live. Let's get the likes up to 50 straight away. 15 likes. Let's get it to 60. Guys, as I said, likes are the biggest factor in getting the growth in this particular channel. This channel will be dead without the likes. Let's put it that way. The more the likes, the more it gets exposed to more fans out there. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. And as I said, if you enjoy this content and if you're here on a regular basis, watching everything that I do in this channel, please smash the like button. Let's get the likes up to 50 straight away, and then we chase for 70. And if we can reach 100 by the time we finish our stream, it'll be fantastic. Obviously, we've got the press conference happening right after this, so look out for another video dropping after this particular stream. And I may even do a live stream. Who knows? We'll see. It might be a double back-to-back sort of scenario. But smash the like button. Only 6 likes away from 50. Let's get to 50 straight away. Then we chase 70. 6 more likes and let's get to 50. All right. Let's check out some comments now. Philip saying, don't forget Mbuembe as well. Yeah, that's another youngster. And there's massive, massive raps around this particular youngster. He's turning out to be a very good defender, and he could be crucial in the next couple of years, building up his development. He could possibly go on a loan next season, and then from there, slowly building up and then integrating into the first team. Chalobah low-key better than Tomori. I mean, I've not seen Tomori recent times. I think he's doing well at AC Milan, but I would probably have to say Chalobah aerially very good. Tomori, that's one of the complaints that Frank Lampard apparently had. In the air, Tomori wasn't the greatest. Chalobah is a fantastic player, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, I mean, thanks to God massively. How did we just land with this particular player? Brilliant. It's a gift. It's a gift to Chelsea Football Club. Chalobah is a gift to Chelsea Football Club. A fantastic gift. A gift, free gift. And he's going to be a superstar. I think he's going to be a leader. He has that demeanor about him. I think Reece James will also be that type of player, Miz. Yeah, I think leadership, all of these Cobham boys, they tend to have this leadership, except for Christensen. I don't think he's much of a leader. I think he's a bit of a quiet person, which is okay. But I think if you're going to lead the line in defense, you do need a leader type player. Fayez Fardin, Koundé should be the first player Chelsea should sign next season. Yeah, look, I think this is now a paramount situation. We're going to lose Rudiger. So we were very close to getting Koundé. We should have got Koundé. Obviously, we let go of Zuma. Some can say we got Chalobah. Chalobah wasn't counted for. So we let go of Zuma. We got Chalobah. But I think Koundé was in the books. Like, he was heavily looked on. So I think we're going to go for him again. Whether we trigger the release clause, I think that's the situation. We'll still have to trigger the release clause. But I think Chelsea get this done this time around. They'll have a proper conversation and they'll go back into it. Some of the top Chelsea journalists are still talking about this particular matter. they're saying Koundé is still Chelsea's number one target. So Rudiger will go, and Koundé will most likely be one of the first ones in. And then after that, there could be another one in. Or there could be Levi Colwell getting an opportunity. We'll see what happens. Then don't forget Ethan Ampadu. But Ethan Ampadu could be probably an option in midfield. Wesley Fofana. We'll look into all of that, the news that's coming through next up. But Koundé is definitely on the cards. Koundé for me is more a replacement for Aspi if he goes, yeah, look, Koundé likes to play on the right side. So Rudy is a left-sided player, left LCB. And it all depends. Next season, it could be back four. If it's a back four, then, it doesn't really matter. Koundé could still play as a RCB in a back four. But I think that's where he would prefer. He would prefer the right-hand side. And the other factor, as you've said, Aspi, if he goes, Aspi could most likely go as well. He would want to play in the World Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Aspi would like to play in the World Cup for Spain. This will be his final World Cup. And the only way you're going to play in the World Cup is if you play football on a regular basis. Right now, Aspi is not getting any game time. RCB is taken over by Chalobah. And the backup seems to be Christensen. And then Christensen's also in the center of the CB along with Silva. So Christensen's got two spots. And Chalobah, obviously, I think the starter in RCB. And we've seen mostly Azpilicueta in right wing back this season, which is the backup for Reece James. Reece James the starter. So at the end of the day, Aspi is not going to get enough game time for him to warrant a place in the World Cup for Spain. So that could be an issue. Rafa, thank you so much. It's been a long time, Rafa. Good to see you in the live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we've only got one more like to go to hit 50. And then after that, let's chase 70 straight away. We've got over 90 people live right now. Let's chase 70 likes. One like to get to 50, and then we get to 70. We chase the 70. Rafa Javed, 4 at the back. We must sign someone like Jose Jimenez. Yeah, there was rumors at once upon a time about Jose Jimenez, but I think those rumors are dead now. De Ligt is coming into play. Wesley Fofana is coming into play a lot. So we'll obviously touch on that very, very soon. I just want to read a few more comments from you guys. Robbie, Tuchel will play a 4 at the back when he has players that are comfortable playing in that formation. 100%. 100%. I don't think Thomas Tuchel is playing that at the moment is because we don't have the personnel. We don't have the personnel to play 4 at the back. I don't also think, midfielders perhaps. You can say Jorginho plays in the 4 at the back for Italy, but yeah, defenders specifically. We don't have the defenders that can play out the 4 at the back in a world-class level. That's what I'm talking about. Besides Thiago Silva, there's really no other players that could play 4 at the back in that high level. Chalobah, as I said, we've not seen him play. So, yeah. VS Monk, don't be mistaken, Sky Sports are clowns and Perez is a liar. Real Madrid was one of only clubs to profit in COVID. Their wage bill decreased massively and now they have so much to spend. There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe Real Madrid has a lot to spend. Maybe Real Madrid's going to ball out. Maybe they lied about all of their financial situation. Maybe they have a lot of money. I'm not their accountant. I don't know their figures. They could possibly have that. And that's why they're able to offer 400K. Apparently, that's what the word that's going around. 400,000 is being offered to Rudiger. Quite incredible. Really quite incredible. Rudimentary will continue to be good, but it's not a travesty if he leaves. There you go. There you go. It's not a travesty if he leaves. That's how I feel as well. I don't think it's the end of the world if Rudiger leaves. And whether or not he's going to continue to be good, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if he has those erratic moments. Pranav, thank you so much for joining, my man. 4 defenders being out of contract by the end of the season, it's a bit concerning, to be honest. Yeah, look. It is what it is. I guess we just didn't... some of these players, like especially Christensen and Rudiger, they weren't looking good 12 months ago. So I could understand why that was the case. Thiago Silva was always a season by season case. So I wouldn't put him in this four defenders situation. I think Thiago Silva will sign. Aspilicueta, now being over 30, was always going to be that whole, season by season assessment as well. But with Aspi, what has happened is there's a lot of competition that has grown. Chalobah has come in, Reece James has come in. So Aspi's position has become a little bit under scrutiny, under concern. And on top of that, Aspi's got aspirations to play in the World Cup for Spain. This will be his last World Cup. There's no way he's going to stick around till he's 36. I mean, he could do a Thiago Silva, but that would mean he would have to play at the highest level for the next four seasons. And for him to go through all of that again, only he knows. Only he knows if he's up for it. Do you know what I mean? But for him, he would want to play in this World Cup. That's important for him. I think so. He played in the Euros, so he definitely would want to play in this World Cup. Rafael, then why to sign a CB like Koundé, who isn't a four at the back material? That is horrible scouting. No, Koundé is probably more of a four in the back material. Koundé is not really, he can play three at the back, but he's four at the back. When we say four at the back, there's still the RCB and the LCB. One is the right-sided CB, one is the left-sided CB. And generally, Koundé plays on the right side, I think. Let's have a quick look. Let me just bring this up for Sevilla. Sevilla's recent game was against Salzburg. Let's have a look at Salzburg. There you go. Jules Koundé playing as an RCB. Carlos as a LCB. And sometimes Koundé can play as a right back as well. He's played right back for France. So Koundé definitely fits the four at the back. There's no doubt about that. Let's have a look at another match if we are concerned that is that a one-off. Villarreal. Let's have a look against Villarreal. Yeah, there you go. Jules Koundé playing on the right side. So he definitely fits. He definitely fits. There's no doubt about that. People are saying we don't want system-based players, but we want to keep Rudiger, who is a system-based player. Yeah. I think Rudiger is a system-based player. He's perfectly designed for the back three. When it's a back four, could be erratic. Google Earth, Christensen under Conte and Lamps was crap. There you go. And what I saw with Christensen, and I know this was just a one-off game against Zenit, I wanted him to be the leader, and I don't really know if he's that leader type of quality. I keep thinking maybe Christensen will be the future of Chelsea Football Club in terms of defense. He'll be the main figurehead. I don't think he has that quality in him. I don't think he's that vocal. He has that leadership presence about him. Do you know what I mean? So for me, once again, if Christensen doesn't stick around, I don't think it's the end of the world. As I said, for me, the end of the world is Thiago Silva. If Thiago Silva was to leave, I think we've finished. We need a leader type, that legendary type of a defender in defense. Thiago Silva makes everyone better in and around him. He's going to be so instrumental to the youngsters as well, especially Chalobah. If Levi Colwell comes around as well, he's going to be very instrumental for them. So for me, it's more Thiago Silva. That's far more important. Brad Dumpner, thank you so much for joining, my man. Rudiger had two ways: stay at Chelsea, win more trophies, and cement his name amongst Chelsea legends, or go to Real Madrid and be a mercenary. He chose the latter, yeah. Look, I'm not going to lie. He's probably going to win trophies at Real Madrid as well. Real Madrid are in line to win the La Liga, I think, this season. Let's have a look at their table. Let's bring this up again. Real Madrid, 39 points first. I mean, they're in line to win trophies there. And Real Madrid's always going to be in the hunt for winning the La Liga. And they're always going to be in the hunt in the Champions League as well. So There's no doubt about that. Did I just miss a super chat somewhere? Yeah. Tony Tone. I must have missed a super chat, or did it just? Oh, it must have just come through now. Okay. Let me just have a look at this super chat from Tony Tone before we get back to the other side of these news. Tony Tone, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Really appreciate it. It's been a while I've seen you in the live chat as well, so really good to see you, my man. We need to buy a new defender. Does this mean we can forget about Rice? We distribute the money in different portions. Look, we 100% need a new defender. There's no doubt about that. Because Rudiger's going to leave, and who knows what's going to happen with Christensen. Christensen could stick around, but if Rudiger leaves, we still need a defender. Thiago Silva maximum will stick around for 2 more seasons. We need to start thinking about from that perspective that we need a defender. We probably need one defender to buy, and then we can bring an academy graduate to slowly integrate in. Look at what Chalobah has done. So I've got no issues about academy players coming in. Does this mean we can forget about Rice? I don't know if we can forget about Rice. Look, we can forget about Rice as the player, but we do need the same characteristics from another player. I've got massive, massive concerns about Kante. Kante, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to give us more than 1 game a week anymore. I think N'Golo Kante, we need to start understanding that this guy he's done. He's done. Injuries are going to kill him now. He's clocked enough mileage in those legs. And now we are just going to have to appreciate the fact that N'Golo Kante is going to probably play 1 game a week, if he can, that is, when he's fit, whenever he's fit. He was meant to be fit 2 weeks ago. This is what Thomas Tuchel was saying. He's still not fit. So for me, if it's not Rice, we still need another midfielder that's box to box, has Kante kind of abilities. And I think Rice has that. It could be Bellingham. It could be Bellingham as well. But for me, Tchouaméni is needed. And this is what I said, ladies and gentlemen, check out my latest. Let me just drop this link. Check my latest video that's live where I talk about all of this. I'm telling you, you guys will really appreciate this particular video. Let me just drop this particular link. Latest video on Chelsea midfielders. I'm gonna pin that. When this stream is over, please, guys, check that video out, like it as well. This is where I talk a lot about the midfielders. So for me, I think midfield is still very important, Tony. But whether it's Rice, because it's a lot of money, maybe it's not going to be Rice, maybe it's going to be someone else. But we do need someone. And as you said, we distribute the money in different portions. Yeah, perhaps we do. Okay, let's have a look at the other news that's going around this whole Rudiger situation, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's coming out right now. Chelsea are interested in Leicester City's centre-back Wesley Fofana as they weigh up their transfer plans amid contract disputes with Antonio Rudiger and Andreas Christensen. So it looks like Christensen as well. Like, I thought this guy was set. I thought Christensen was set, that he was gonna sign. I don't understand what the holdup is with Christensen as well. This Christensen, he's starting to really, really annoy me. What's the holdup? How long does it take to literally pick a pen and just sign? How long? For me, it feels like he's a bit confused as well. He probably sees this Rudiger situation and he thinks, wait a minute, Rudiger's getting offers around 400,000. Maybe I can too. Maybe he's looking for offers because Christensen can do the same thing. January, he can get into a pre-agreement with any other clubs. And there could be other clubs that could be interested in Christensen. And Christensen could double, triple, quadruple his money as well. So we could potentially lose Christensen as well. And I'm starting to see, this is why Thomas Tuchel dropped him. And he's been quite vocal about it. Christensen actually promised that he was going to sign. Then he backtracked. Then he said, look, I don't want the 5-year contract. I want a 3-year contract. Then Chelsea said, fine, we'll give you a 3-year contract. Even then, he's not signing the contract. And then Thomas Tuchel dropped him, said, look, you're saying that you want to stay at Chelsea Football Club, but you don't sign the contract. We've done whatever you've asked for. You still don't sign the contract. You're being dishonest. Whereas Rudiger always said that I want to stay at Chelsea. Rudiger's always said, I want to stay at Chelsea. He's never changed his position about this situation. The thing is, Chelsea is not going to be able to offer the kind of money that Rudiger is looking for. Because Rudiger already knew that he was going to get massive offers. And maybe Christensen, seeing this whole Rudiger situation, is getting excited that, ooh, there's a lot of money to have. Money. And maybe he's excited. It is what it is. And perhaps we're going to lose both of them. And maybe now we probably need to think two defenders, as you can see in this is via goal. Goal don't mess around, that's a proper publication. Chelsea are interested in Leicester City centre-back Wesley Fofana as they weigh up their transfer plans amid contract disputes with Antonio Rudiger and Christensen. Let me know how you feel about Wesley Fofana. For me, Wesley Fofana was one of the standout young defenders last season. Before he got injured, he was in the team of the season last season in the Premier League. Wesley Fofana is a top defender. He got injured. I think he's destined to come back in January. We'll see what the situation is, but this is probably the time where you need to jump in. You can't wait till he gathers full fitness and becomes a superstar again, and then Leicester's going to be like, you're going to have to give us a hell of a lot of money now. Now is the time if you want to take that risk. He could go for cheap in January transfer window, and Leicester probably won't have a leg to stand on because, your player's injured. You can't be asking for huge money when your player's injured. And we could come in and do some sort of a negotiation. I like Wesley Fofana, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what your thoughts are. I like every attribute about Wesley Fofana. PYS from Nizak Kinsella. Chelsea eye up a huge money summer move for Wesley Fofana to replace Rudiger if he proves his fitness. Chelsea will not dip into the market for a left wing back in January, but do have the option to recall Ian Maatsen. There you go. Ian Maatsen, another opportunity for us in January to recall him as a backup in the left wing back position. Why not? Maybe Alonso becomes the number one player if Chilwell doesn't come back, and then Ian Maatsen can be a good backup. I like Ian Maatsen. I've seen Ian Maatsen under Frank Lampard that one game, and I liked everything about him. His pace, his determination. These Cobham boys, ladies and gentlemen, I swear to you, we can't disrespect them, man. I'm telling you, they play for the badge like the world's going to end. These guys, they're hungry when they play for Chelsea, man. They're hungry, man. You can't put a figure on that. You can't put a value on that. Ian Maatsen plays for Chelsea like it's the end of the world, man. And not just Ian Maatsen, most of these Cobham boys, man, there's something they've dreamt about all their life. All their life they've dreamt about playing for Chelsea and representing them. We should not disregard this, honestly. Absolute Chelsea. Juventus defender Matthijs de Ligt has been offered to Chelsea ahead of a possible summer move. This is from Goal as well, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Matthijs de Ligt. What do you guys think about Matthijs de Ligt? I think he's a good defender, but I think his wages are going to be incredible. I mean, if we can't offer those kind of wages for Rudiger, how are we even entertaining these sort of wages for Matthijs de Ligt? Matthijs de Ligt is apparently on 400,000 in Juventus. How are we going to offer that? Let's read some of your messages now before we go into that. I think that was the last bit of the news. Matthijs de Ligt and Wesley Fofana. Let's have a look at some of the comments that you guys have been talking about. Aka. Yeah, Christensen's moving mad. Robbie Barra, if players don't want to be here, then they can go. It's clear as that. Look at Kane, for example. Yeah, if you're not interested to stay at Chelsea, my man, you can go. Chelsea Football Club is not going to, wait around for anyone. Especially Rudiger and Christensen. I'm okay. Honestly speaking, I'm okay. As I said, for me, number one is Thiago Silva. As long as Thiago Silva stays and he's keen to stick around, I'm okay. I'm seriously okay with it. Elijah, it's the money, bro. Our contract situation at club is a bit worrying. It's affecting the way we're playing. Yeah, now that could be a bit of a thing. I think this contract situation could have an effect in the back line. Also, the fact that we've got obviously midfielders being injured, but this contract thing, we can't just be sitting around and turn a blind eye on it. I think it has some sort of factor in the issues that we're seeing in recent. It's not the biggest factor, but it would have some sort of unsettling situation in the defense that you're looking at your partner, you're not going to stick around at the end of the season. Especially Christensen, he's been dropped, so you can understand where his mindset could be in this whole scenario. Rudiger's been dropping world-class performances, but in recent times, even Rudiger's looked a bit weary, and that could be because there's no Chilwell. Midfield's a bit weird. Against Watford, Rudiger was looking a bit shaky. Against West Ham as well, Rudiger looked a little bit strange too. So, maybe this could be a small factor. I can't lie, because these things it plays in your mind, because you could possibly get a new contract, so you don't want to get injured. You don't want to have a serious injury that could be detrimental to your whole contract situation. If God forbid Rudiger or Christensen was to pick up a big injury, that's it. No other clubs are coming for them. Then they're going to have to get that offer from Chelsea, and they'll take it as well. They'll take that 140,000 like that. Christensen will take that 5-year contract like that on 120,000 or whatever the case is. Jonathan Jethro, Ms. left wing back is a priority in January. Yep, undoubtedly. If we want to pose any sort of run in the title race at the moment, and not just the title race, all the domestic cups, Club World Cup, we need a left wing back. We're struggling. Saul's definitely not a good backup, and Alonso, he's not going to be giving us that week in, week out. He just won't be. Sudhasan, thank you so much for joining, my man. Are we really sure Tuchel wants to play 3 at the back system next year? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think so. He could possibly change. He could possibly keep. But I feel he may want to evolve into a back 4. Our CV and CM's buys need to have a long-term plan. My sense, we need to go back to 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 soon to make the most of our attack. Yeah. We want to be a lot more attacking. Not to say that with a back 3 we're not attacking, but I think we want to use a lot more of our attacking players. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Being the sort of same caliber as Man City and Liverpool. Have more attacking players available. Jonathan Jethro, Miz, the problem with Fofana is he has been gone for too long to see how he recovers before the season ends. Look, man, this is the risk you're going to have to take, Jonathan. Fofana's only 20. It's a risk worth taking. He was fantastic last season, no doubt about that. I know he had a big-time injury. He's going to be back in about a couple of months' time, and he may not be his self from the get-go, understandable, but he's 20. He will have enough time to recover and get back to that top level. And I feel like if we want to make a decision, we can't wait till he gets back to that top level and then go for him, because by then his price will escalate. We need to go now. And this is the whole thing about risk reward. Do you know what I mean? You're taking a risk, but you may get rewarded heavily. You may not as well, but this is the game. If you wait till he's absolutely set, Leicester's going to say, give me 100 million. Nanda Kumar saying, Fofana is a risk coming from a big injury. Yep, not going to lie, he definitely will be. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 72 likes, only 28 likes away from 100 likes. We've got over 140 people. The aim of the stream was 100 likes. If we can get to 100 likes, if you guys have been enjoying it, smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. As I've always said, I cannot stress enough, the growth of this channel is so correlated with the likes. I cannot stress enough. If you enjoy my content, if you enjoy what this channel is doing, Please smash the like button. Get the likes up to 100 straight away. That's the target. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. And let's build a community together. Let's interact. Let's build a community together and smash it. Wow, wow, what a jump. 84 likes straight away from 70 to 84. I'm liking this. 13 likes now. 13 likes away from 100. This is brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. Ray Allen, my man, thank you so much for joining. But my problem with Wesley Fofana is will he be the same before his injury? Look, as I said, he's 20. He has time to be the same. Had he been 25, 26, I probably wouldn't take that risk. But because he's 20, I'd be more than willing to give it a shot. Seriously. It's worth going for that. Nanda Kumar saying Skriniar. Look, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about Skriniar? I've not watched too much of this player because I don't get to watch too much of the Italian league. But in a back three, I heard he's quite competent. He is quite competent. Charles Williams, thank you so much for joining, my man. Miz, look at the quality we need to replace. Fofana and Koundé, not at the level that we are selling. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Fofana and Koundé are not at the level that we're selling in terms of Rudiger and Christensen, let's say. Well, we're not even selling them. They're leaving for free. But Fofana and Koundé, they're the future. They're the future. Let's have a quick look at Koundé's age. Jules Koundé, age 23. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's still a kid. And Fofana is 20. These guys, if they, if Silva, especially Silva, this is why I keep reiterating, if Silva is sticking around for at least another 2 more seasons and these two players come in, or even an academy player comes in, these two players, by the time Silva goes, they'll become superstars. I'm telling you right now, they'll become superstars. Silva is a kind of a defender that lifts everyone around him. And if we can still keep Azpilicueta, he's going to be a father figure. Do you know what I mean? That experience is going to be so key for these players. Koundé and Fofana, they could be superstars in the future. Rudiger and Christensen, I'm skeptic. As soon as they leave Chelsea, they're playing good because under Thomas Tuchel, and they're playing good because it's the back three. As soon as they leave Chelsea Football Club and they go somewhere else, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I've got my doubts. I've got my doubts. Jonathan Jitro, Miz, I don't like De Ligt. He has not been performing in Juve, and the Goblin is Asian. Yeah, see, that's the other issue. Mino Raiola, that's not the kind of agent that we want to deal with. He'll have all sorts of stipulation in the contract, buyout clause, that clause, player exit clause, X amount of money for the agent, X amount of wages. It's just very complicated with Mino Raiola. But can we amend that situation? Can we amend that situation? Maybe we can. But once again, De Ligt, as you're saying, Jonathan, hasn't really impressed me that much. I mean, we ripped apart Juventus not that long ago, and De Ligt was part of that. And I'm not judging it just on that game. De Ligt for Ajax was probably a lot better. De Ligt for Juventus, I don't know if he was that great. And his salary is going to be a bit of an issue as well. He's on the same wages as Rudiger's offered to get about 400,000 a week. Great Air saying De Ligt at 200k would be good. De Ligt at 200k would mean he'd have to half his wages. He'd have to take a pay cut. And I don't know if he would do that. Yes, De Ligt, he has to take a pay cut. There you go, Ray Allen. Haida Al Husseini, thank you so much for the super chat. My man, you can comment. You can comment. I would have appreciated if you put something down, but I do appreciate the super chat. Really do. Everyone that's given the super chat in this particular stream, thank you so much for all the support that you guys give me. Honestly, it's much appreciated. Aka, maybe Chelsea would rather give 200k to 300k to a young defender. I don't think Wesley Fofana or Koundé would be. Koundé could get around 200,000. There was rumors that if we purchased Koundé, he would be getting around 200,000. And that's what somewhat bothered me as well, that how are we giving Koundé 200,000, willing to give Koundé 200,000, but we're not even willing to give Rudiger somewhere near that 200,000 mark. Jules Koundé did nothing for Chelsea Football Club, and we were willing to give him 200,000. And we had the transfer fee that we needed to pay for Sevilla. So it's a bit mad there. Haidar Al-Husseini, Chelsea will regret conceding 3 against Zenit. Our reward for beating a Bayern Real should be the USL Trophy, not quarters. Look out for the watch-along, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be doing a watch-along on Monday. I hope each and every one of you guys can join in. It's going to be fantastic. My man, I'm worried. We could possibly draw Bayern Munich. I mean, it's Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Ajax, or Lille. Oh, it's going to be amazing if we draw Lille. But look, anyone besides Bayern, I think I'll be happy with that. Ibu Kunolua, thanks for joining. Hope I've pronounced that name correctly, my man. De Ligt is currently on £280,000 per week in Juventus. That's going to cause some issues with team. He will have to be on 300k a week. 200k pounds a week after bonuses and everything. Apparently, he's on 400,000. Apparently, there's a whole heap of bonuses and whatnot. So it's a lot more than 280,000 a week. But yeah, as you said, he's not going to take a pay cut to come to Chelsea. He's obviously going to ask for at least 300,000. So for me, that's probably not an option. Akil, Miz, Tagliafico is a good shout. He's not playing at the moment. The other one who's a good shout is Luca Dean. Luca Dean is apparently in the market because Rafa Benitez has fallen out on this particular player. Luca Dean for me would be a fantastic left wing back, Premier League proven, attacking player, free kick specialist as well. For me, Luca Dean, if he's available, I think we should be going for that. Ladies and gentlemen, the press conference will happen in about 11 minutes. We'll wrap things up very, very quickly. Let me just look at some of your final comments. Gilmour is coming back. It's not confirmed. Is it confirmed? Let me have a look. There was conversations that he could come back in January if we still continue to have these issues of our midfield, but I don't think it's confirmed. Let me have a look. I think the idea is to still keep him on loan. And but if we still have the issues, then obviously we will call him back. Yeah, this was the news. Let me just bring this up. Should Chelsea's midfield issue continue into January, they may opt to recall Billy Gilmour from his loan spell at Norwich. There you go. So it is a possibility. It's not confirmed yet, though. It is a possibility. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's slowly wrap things up because we've got 10 minutes before the press conference. Let me know if you. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do a stream after the press conference. I might just drop a video, and I might do a stream later in the evening UK time. So, yeah, look out for the video for the preview. I'll definitely do a preview straight after the press conference, and I'll drop it. Look out for that and check that out. Check out the pinned message that I've got, which is the latest video that I did in the last 12 hours or so in regards to Chelsea midfield situation. Do give that a watch as well, ladies and gentlemen. Last couple of messages before we wrap things up. Shubhajyoti, sorry bro, missed today's stream, but we'll look into it at night. My choice is Koundé, not De Ligt. Yep, Koundé is a top choice, and don't apologize, my man. Do appreciate you're always here anyway. So really, really appreciate your time, and really appreciate each and every one of your time. Honestly, I'm blessed and so humbled at times that on a regular basis, so many of you guys are tuning in. And honestly, sincerely thanking each and every one of you guys to take our precious time of your, time from the day, precious moment of your day to give this time in this channel. Honestly, appreciate that. And we're going to try and build a big, big community together. And I'm loving it. I love the interaction with you guys. You guys, honestly, are probably one of the most nicest people in the live chat. My live chat, compared to other live chats I've seen, are so clean, so respectful. And this is what I want to drive here. I really, really appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Tell me how you can be happy with this board. Malang Sarr plus Barkley, who signed them, Marina did, and they played versus Zenit, and they flopped big time, in my opinion. Look, I mean, I don't want to smash our board, man. Our board's doing all right. They got Thomas Tuchel, Lukaku. They got all these players during Frank Lampard time, and now they are doing the things correctly. We're not just rushing in and buying whoever. Saul loan look dubious, obviously. A lot of people actually wanted that anyway. At that time, I didn't. But look at the youngsters coming through. It's not all the board's fault, man. The board's doing all right. I think the board's going to help Thomas Tuchel in January to ensure that we can compete for the league, Champions League, and everything. Miss Tuchel starting to look frustrated. I've never seen him like that. He's that since he's coming. Yep, he is starting to look frustrated. It's going to be very interesting to see how he is in the press conference today. So do look out for that. But there is a sense of frustration creeping in with all the injuries, the results, and whatnot. Nanda Kumar, love you too, Miss Stay Blue. Love you, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. We've got a few minutes before the press conference starts. Check out the press conference. Straight after the press conference, I'm probably going to drop a video for the preview. Do see that. As I said, check out the latest video on the midfield situation until the press conference starts. Check that video out. Smash the like button on that video. And we've reached over 100 likes. So thank you so much for all of that. Do appreciate that. We've hit the target. Akaka saying big up Miz as well. Thank you heaps, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, we'll see you. If you're here for the first time, subscribe and keep hitting this. Smash the like button. Just keep continuously smashing the like button. Until next time, catch up.